We hope you enjoyed singing. Before we continue with our all-age stream, we have a few notices for you. Today is the last day to enter into our Easter story egg competition. You can download an egg shape from the website, or you can draw your own and use it to tell us all about the Easter story, just as Mark has done so beautifully there. Make sure you email your entries to us by this evening and you get the chance to win the real Easter egg.
Ooh.
During the week, various push groups have been meeting on Zoom, and we had 2 weeks ago our first junior church praise party. Helen has another one organised for this Wednesday, the 6th of May. So look out for the email and do join her and the team for more of a chance to worship and praise God together.
It is going to be good. And finally, for our reflection time later, you will need to have some paper and some pens or pencils ready. You may have even downloaded one of our map outlines from the website. So press pause if you need to get these items, and then come and join us again in a moment.
Now, thank you all so much for the pictures and the photos you've been sending in of the crafts you've been doing and some of your dressing up exploits as well. We really enjoyed seeing them. We want to share them with you in our gallery now, because it's a way of encouraging all of us and keeping us all connected. So please keep sending them in. Let's have a look at our gallery now.
Right, so our gallery, it's had lots of stuff about craft. So here we have a wonderful Easter garden that has been made by, who was it made by, Helen?
It was made by Joseph and Benjamin, although their parents may have helped a little bit as well.
I think they might have, but it looks wonderful, boys. Well done. And then we've got a wonderful boat that has been made by another child. We don't have a name with that, but that's absolutely fine. We think that is a wonderful boat and a good use of an old Easter egg box. That's very good. And then we have some superheroes.
Yeah, so last week we had some of our leaders dress up in disguise, and we got you all to be superheroes as well. So we've had some wonderful costumes. We've got Light Boy there and Dove Boy. And
yeah, that's good.
I think I may know the secret identity of the first person, but I'm not sure if I can reveal it or not.
Okay.
But very, very good outfits, everybody.
That's good. Now let's see, what else have we got? Oh, we have celebrations. It was Sam and Sarah's birthday last week, and as you can see, they've got their names up on the wall. We've got Sam with his birthday badge, and that looks like possibly a birthday present of a bike. In order to make sure that we're celebrating birthdays properly, what we do have is, we know that there are more birthdays out there than just the birthdays on the screen. So we've got a cake. Now, I can't actually see myself on the screen, so you guys have got to tell me, have I got that in the right place?
You need to hold it up high, Mark.
Up higher.
Higher.
Higher. Higher. Is that right?
To your left.
To my left. My left.
Yeah. And
is that okay?
Move it down a little bit.
Down a bit.
We can't see the candle.
You can't see
left
the candle.
A bit.
Left a bit. There
we are. Oh,
there we go.
See the candles out the cake.
Yeah. So
the cake. Right. We know the cake is there.
The cake is there. He's not eaten it yet, but he's going too soon. So before he does, I think we should all look at the screen.
Yeah, we're all going to blow really hard. So they're going to blow really hard.
Out.
So you give them the counting.
Count down. 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Happy birthday if it was your birthday in the last week.
Oh, hang on. That's
no, we haven't blown. We need to blow it again. Ready? 1.
Oh, 2, dear.
3.
This could go on. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this before it lights.
And right. we know lots of you have had birthdays in lockdown, and we've hoped you've had a wonderful day, and we look forward to celebrating all together very, very soon.
Yes, definitely. So that was celebrations. What else do we have?
I think we've got a game now, Mark.
Oh, what's the noise? Now, last week we did spot the leader. And this week we thought we'd make it a little bit more challenging. And we'd do, can you recognize the noise? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a noise and you've got to try and work out whether you know what it is. So let's see where I can get the noise to work. Here we go. You ready? Are you listening, Mandy? Are you listening, Helen?
I'm listening.
We're ready.
Right, here we go. Listen very carefully. Right, that's all you're getting. What do you reckon?
Somebody's got out of bed the wrong side.
Someone's got out of bed the wrong side.
It's a very large trumpet.
A very large trumpet. Should we see what it was?
Yeah.
It was, in fact, an elephant. So that's very
him.
good. I think that's an African elephant.
Yeah.
Now, let's see whether you can do the next sound. Here we go.
Is it a sheep?
No,
I
it's
think it could
not
be
sheep.
something on a farmyard.
Something in a farmyard. Shall we have a look? Let's see what it is. It is, in fact, a goat. Well done.
A goat.
If you got that at home, well done. Let's move on to our next sound. And let's see whether we can get this one. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see whether you can work out what that one was.
I don't on his scooter.
I think it's something driving very fast.
Yes, I don't think it is a scooter because it hasn't got that
No.
high-pitched squeal. So let's have a look. Let's see what it is.
Oh, it's going.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. It was a motorbike. There we go.
We didn't see the next one. It's
They-
fine.
I'm sure they didn't. But let's see whether you can
No.
get the next one. Are you ready? Here we go.
Is there flooding in your
I
house?
wonder
Mark?
what that
Yeah, I
be.
wonder what that is. Shall we have a look and see what it is? It's obviously not a motorbike, which is the
No.
screen that we're on. So let's have a look and see what it was. Yes, it was a toilet. Well done. And for our
Toilet.
final one, for our final noise, let's see whether we can get this one. Here we go. So what do we reckon it
Ah.
is?
Well,
I've got one of them at home.
What do
and
you
you
It's
mean?
a man goes up the lawn cutting the grass.
And we had the birds at the beginning, so we know that it's definitely an outside thing. So I think you could be right, Mandy.
Right, so you have
Is
one
it
of
a
these at
man?
home. Is it a man? Is it a man? Thank you, man. Is it a man? No, I think that's a
Cutting
bit
grass.
sexist. Right, let's have a look. No, it's a woman, Mandy. It's a lady cutting the grass. There we
We
go.
don't have one of those at home.
You're not? Excellent. Well, maybe you should train one up. That would be very good. Now, that is our game for the moment. And it's been really good to actually hear and recognise what these different things sound like. And we'll come back to this later on.
Yes, because we're going to have our Bible story now. And this features something else with another sound in.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? And I wonder
Have
what
you got
sound
the
that
sound
is.
ready? See if you can hear it.
Did you get that?
Can you play it again? Ah, Mandy is right. It's about sheep.
See this
We're
time.
going to find how
It's your
Jesus,
big day.
how Jesus is the good shepherd and how the sheep recognize and know his voice. This is from John 10, verses 1 to 10. So let's watch our reading now.
Jesus explained who he was by asking everyone to imagine they were a flock of sheep. Let's see if we can do that. We need a nice white fluffy coat, some ears, and we need to be able to talk sheep language. Okay, so Jesus explained that sheep in a pen will only trust the Good Shepherd. He takes care of them. He calls them by name and they know his voice.
Mandy? Buck, are you there? What about you, Georgina? Can you hear me? And last but not least, Helen.
You see, they recognise his voice. But if a sheep stealer enters the pen, he doesn't enter through the gate, but climbs over the fence because he is up to no good. And when he calls for the sheep to come, they won't listen.
Here, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy! Georgina! Oh. Helen? No. Oh, come on, Mandy. We can trust you, can't... Oh. And what about Buck? Come on, Buck. Come here, Buck. There's a good sheep. Oh.
Jesus said he is the Good Shepherd. He knows each of his sheep by name.
Hi, everyone.
When he calls them, they follow him because they recognise his voice. He leads them out to green pastures and he takes care of them. The sheep stealer comes only to kill and destroy, but Jesus, the Good Shepherd, has come to give us a full and good life.
Right, welcome back. What a wonderful reading. Well done, Helen. I really like the ears. Very good. Now, Jesus said in our story that he's the good shepherd, but what does a shepherd do?
Well, the Good Shepherd will look after their sheep. He will protect them from wolves and lions.
He leads them to a place of safety and makes sure they are well protected.
And the Good Shepherd will give everything that the sheep needs. Will provide food for them, some nice yummy grass to eat, straw to sleep on, and just provides for all the sheep need.
So if Jesus is the Good Shepherd, how does he do that for us today?
Oh, very good question, Mandy. You see, God's ultimate plan is to bring good into our lives. In fact, that's why Jesus came in the first place, that we might have the greatest gift of being saved, of being restored, and being provided for. In fact, it says in our reading that when we come to Jesus, we are safe.
Just like the sheep in its pen.
Yeah, and that when we come and go, when we go about our lives, that we know that we are safe in our coming and going.
Like the sheep, again.
Yeah, and that within that we will be given all that we need.
Again, like the sheep in the story.
Being provided for, yes.
And what it says at the end is that we can have a life, and life in all its fullness. We can have a life abundantly. That means the best life we could imagine.
Guess what? Like the sheep.
Yes, Mandy, just like the sheep, but maybe a little less fluffy and maybe a bit more heavenly.
So heavenly is like they talk about in Revelation. So no more pain, no more crying, and a place full of joy and of God's love.
That's true. But Jesus does also talk about when it doesn't go well or perfect, when the goodness is stolen from us. He talked about the thief, didn't he? Well-acted thief, by the way. Very, very good. But he talks about the thief who comes and steals and how this isn't part of the plan of the shepherd.
And in fact, in our other readings, we are told to keep going even when it's hard. And even if it feels like we're walking through a dark valley, we can remember that we don't have to be afraid The Good Shepherd will be there with us, and he protects us and comforts us.
All that God asks of us is that we trust him. He sent Jesus to show us what the Good Shepherd is and to give us life in all its fullness and all its joy. We just have to follow him.
Yeah, and that's why we're called to be like sheep, that we might follow him closely, like the sheep follow the shepherd, that we would recognize his voice, that we would hear his voice and respond to it. And where the shepherd goes, that we might follow him and find our safety, our rest, and the provision that we need.
And we're going to do that now. We're going to spend time listening to the voice of the shepherd. We are going to catch what God is saying through Jesus and hold on to it when we hear it. So right now we need to get in a place where you're going to be comfy. So you may want to stand up, turn around first of all, and then find somewhere where you can sit or maybe lie down. You can close your eyes too, if that will help. And we are going to chat to God. Remember, we catch with our whole body. And just like the shepherd, lead the sheep to good places. Ask God, what good and amazing places are you leading me to? What amazing things are we going to do together? And in a moment, we're going to play some music. And you can play chatting to God. And as you're catching from him, you may like to write or draw it down. Your dreams, your plans, your hopes. What does your abundant life with God look like?
And though I walk the darkest path, I will not fear the evil one, for you are with me, and your rod and staff are the comfort I need to know. For you are with me, and your rod and staff are the comfort I need to know.
We hope you found that helpful, but we recognise it can be times to be quiet and to focus on God's voice. So we'd like to encourage you as families to keep trying this out. And we've got a number of resources for you to help you with it on our website. So do have a look at the online church section on the St. Paul's website.
And remember, write down what God's saying. If we don't catch what God's saying, then one, we can either forget it, or we can fumble it, we can drop it, we can forget it, we can see it disappear. So we need to be recording somehow what God's saying to us so that we can start to learn to hear his voice more. But that's going to be us for today, talking about Jesus being the Good Shepherd. We'd love to see you during the week. So children and families, those that are with us over the week in our groups, we look forward to seeing you then. If not, we will see you next Sunday. So guys, be good. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.